What's up, everybody? Devilore here yet again with another match from the Tank Spot Kazeyonoma SC2 Tournament. This is Game 2 of Kazeyonoma versus Detriment, aka Irat. Kaz spawning as the green Terran in the southwest corner here on Steps of War, and Detriment spawning as the purple Terran in the purple Protoss. That would be a funny-looking Terran up here in the northeast corner. Now, I want to mention real quick, just as a reminder, this is a fun game between friends. Don't expect the utmost top tier of play out of this. I also want to mention that this was in fact a loser pick map selection. Kaze obviously lost the first game. Spoiler warning if you didn't watch the first game. Why are you starting with game 2 anyway? That would be weird. But Kaze lost the first game, and then Steps of War was his choice for the second map. And I'm always very, very, I want to say a little bit fearful of an opponent who chooses Steps of War as their second map. Or as their map in the second game after losing the first game, because very often you will see some sort of cheesy like proxy racks, which this could actually be what this SCV is heading out to do, or some other sort of cheese at the opening. Now he does drop this racks in the main here, so probably won't be seeing too much in the way of cheese out of Kaze. He's probably just sending this up to do some scouting. But it is something to keep in mind as an opponent. In fact, there are so many places to hide something on this map. You can hide a barracks up here, you can hide a barracks down here, Protoss can hide pylons up here or over here, can hide a barracks over here or over here. There are so many nooks and crannies on this map to hide stuff in. It's always very, very scary when your opponent loses the first map and then goes, okay, Steps of War. You gotta worry that maybe they're gonna try and do something to knock you off kilter, and then be able to come back for an easy win in the third game when you are too busy worrying about how they're going to cheese you. But it looks like we're just seeing pretty standard play out of both players so far. We have a gateway just now finishing, second pylon about to finish as well, so we'll probably be seeing a... he has this gas finished, but no one quite in that yet. We'll probably be seeing a cybernetic core go down. There it is. Now sending people into gas. Yeah, and bringing back his scouting probe. He's apparently decided that he doesn't really care what's going on in Kaze's base at this point. He's satisfied. Or perhaps he's now poking around the map looking for any of those potential proxies like I was mentioning earlier. Marine out for Kaze. Looks like, yeah, just pretty normal play out of here. He does have this this refinery up and running, so we should be seeing... the fact that he hasn't already dropped a tech lab makes me think that we will probably be seeing a factory out of Kaze soon. And we do have a proxy pylon coming up here. Protoss love doing this on this map. You can put it here, which is a little bit more ballsy of a position to put it in, or you can put it over here. Either position will let you warp in units, obviously right here from this position, or if you put it over here, you could warp them in here or over here down on the cliff as well. So should be seeing some sort of early warp gate pressure come out of Detriment. In fact, he is chrono boosting his warp gate right now, wants to be able to get that out as quickly as possible. And of course, Kaze is somehow still poking around inside of his main here with this this SCV. It looks like that SCV is finally going to die, but he did see that that warp gate was getting chrono boosted. However, Detriment letting his minerals get very, very high. He actually has almost 500 minerals at this point. Should be dropping down another gateway soon, or yep, nope, he looks like he's going to head over here and just expand, do a quick one gate expand. Very, very risky to do on this map because you don't have a whole lot of early defenses. If his opponent decides to go for something pressure focused, just because this is such a short distance from main to main, is very easy for him to get enough units out and get over here in such a hurry that this expansion dies, and then you are screwed because you had one gateway for the first half of the game. He is getting another gateway up, getting his second gas. We have a bunker down. Kaze apparently worried about some early pressure or something, or just wants to feel safe behind his wall. Has a bunker down and a few Marines hanging out in it. We did get that factory up. Looks like he is actually going for some blue flame Hellions, so that'll be exciting to see. He knows from the last game that Detriment really likes Zealots, and he really likes Charge. And blue flame Hellions are a great way to deal with Zealots because they deal so much damage and can actually still run away from Zealots that are charging because they move so quickly. We have a starport coming out as well with a medevac. I'm actually wondering if we're going to see a blue flame Hellion drop. That would make me very, very excited. Expansion is just about finishing over here for Detriment. We have another gateway coming up and a robo bay. So we've got a 3-gate robo coming up. He actually should be turning that one into a warp gate as well. Yeah, there we go. And that robo will be coming out soon. Probably going to be going for some Colossus, I would imagine. You don't see too many Immortals used in TVP, or excuse me, PVT recently. I'm actually not sure why, because Immortals are a pretty damn good unit. So now with those 3 warp gates up, he can actually start to make use of this pylon over here. I'm actually surprised that he hasn't yet. Here's a little bit of a force coming out. He will probably reinforce that with this proxy pylon, and we'll see a little bit of a push up here. Meanwhile, we have a tech lab going onto this starport and a reactor going onto this barracks, so we're going to see some Hellion... oh, and yeah, here we are. Looks like he did actually warp a couple units in there. He's making a little push out the front here. He's going to come up in there, sending the Zealots up in front. They're going to try and do as much damage as they can, but the Stalker's running around in circles, spending more time moving than actually attacking, giving these Marines in the back a lot of time to be able to take out these Zealots, and the SCV's coming over to repair as well. Looks like the bunker is going to fall, but the bunker falling doesn't mean anything when there are still 4 Marines left. So Detriment is actually going to pull back with these Stalkers. Not a great battle for him to partake in. He might have been able to kill the Marines, but he would not have been able to follow through. So I definitely like his decision to pull back there. So we have a Banshee now coming out. No cloak, but a Banshee coming out from Kaze. And a second one as well. He should probably be looking to get that cloak here pretty soon. Second starport. Somehow I missed that being built, but a second starport with a tech lab now and a reactor factory. So he's going to be wanting to build a whole bunch of those Hellions. In fact, we do have a blue flame Hellion drop in the back here. Medevac is just sitting back there in the back. Looks like he's going to try and pick up and get out of here. It looks like he actually did a fair bit of damage. There are next to no probes up here. What is that? 7 probes up there, although there are a whole bunch down here. So Detriment is still in really, really good positioning. I'm going to pull up the unit tab. Yeah, he's still basically even on workers, 28 SCVs to 26 probes, but he does have this expansion up, so obviously Detriment would want that number to be much, much higher. And we do have this Phoenix. Oh no, it takes out the medevac with the 2 blue flame Hellions inside. That is always painful. He looked like Kaz right at the end there was desperately trying to be able to take that medevac over and drop those 2, but just could not make it in time. Detriment is loving the Phoenixes in PvT here. I have not seen a whole lot of Phoenixes used against Terran, so this is really, really interesting. And pardon my bunch of philosophizing about Protoss strategies, because I am in fact a Protoss player primarily, and this is really, really interesting stuff to me. So, we now have a Raven out for Kaze. I really like that choice, to be honest. I am very, very excited that this Raven is out. The point defense drones are so good against Stalkers, and by getting those blue flame Hellions out early, he has forced Detriment into a very, very Stalker-heavy build. And thus not a whole lot of Zealots. Obviously, the point defense drones don't do anything against Zealots, but against the Stalkers, they completely shut them down for a short period of time, thereby allowing him to basically kill everything that moves. So I love that a lot. And of course, if he decides to go back to a Zealot-heavy focus, he can just pop out some blue flame Hellions and kill them. So very, very good to see. Oh, he's sending in this Phoenix here, trying to do a little bit of scouting. He did spot the Raven, and he's trying to run away now. He is going to take a little bit more damage. Is he going to be able to kill this? That Phoenix is not going to win that fight. You need to run away, buddy. And there he goes. He's going to run away, but Kaz does spot that this this proxy pylon is up here, and actually spawning in a... is he going to just let that... Oh no! That Viking just barely gets away with 11 health, and this SCV is going to repair that up, no problem. We do have a command center down here. It looks like he wants to expand, but has been worried about it, and with good reason. Unlike last game where he could have expanded a million years ago and just didn't. In this game, Detriment actually does have a very sizable force sitting just outside, so he's going to try and move this down there and land, and it looks like... He's unloading this bunker. I imagine he is probably going to salvage that at some point, but at the same exact time, there is this observer just carefully placed here, so Detriment knows now's the time to move in. He's going to come in here and try to pick off this command center. Oh my god, it's at 500 health, 400 health, 300 health, and he pulls away, and now this SCV is going to come over there and repair it. So he does manage to save the orbital command.